to be practical, it's not easy. It's not easy. It can only be easy when you have support. Support is very, very important. It can be support from mother-in-law, from your mother, from your husband. I'll give you an example. An example is when I was doing the breastfeeding, and then the support I had was, I don't have a car, but I have the chance to take my baby to my place of work. So now my husband is always there to carry me there, to carry the two of us there. And he will also come back and come and pick us. That was a beautiful support for me. So what excuse will I have not to give? So that's one. You need that support. It's very, very important. So we are asking people, family members, to help with support, to encourage, because it's really taxing. You are producing something, you are reproducing every time, and then there's always, you need to be tired. The baby will always come, it's always on demand. You have to do it on demand, not that you say breakfast, lunch, dinner. No, it's demand. You do it on demand. As the baby is asking for it, you start giving. So the other thing you also need is, you also need to eat well. You also need that calorie during that time. You know, we talked about calorie during the pregnancy, the extra calorie that you need it at that time. Because there are sometimes that you will finish feeding the baby and you feel like, yay, what is going on with my stomach or my body? So that's another thing you also need to take note. You need to eat well. So, and then the other thing is, you also need to take enough fluid. Fluid can be water, can be tea, can be milk, can be pap that people are always taking. But the thing about that pap is that people always encourage you to take pap without making it a complete meal, an adequate diet. And we don't usually encourage that. If at all you want to take your pap early in the morning, take your pap with momoy, with your milk, or with your beans, or with your akara. It's better that way than you taking the pap, you are filled up, then there won't be any other time for you to take the other groups that you're supposed to include in your meal. So you make it an adequate diet at the initial stage. You also need to make sure you are doing that on-demand thing, because the more the baby is sucking on it, the more the production. So as the baby is producing, that means you are not lacking. And that means I can also express some of it out. So when I'm expressing, I can either keep in the fridge, I keep in the room under room temperature, I keep in the freezer. So for example, if it's under room temperature, it can still last for like 4 to 6 hours, where I put inside the warm water, inside my cup. We usually encourage a covered cup. Why we don't usually encourage these bottles is because it might be hard for you to clean those places. But we now have some companies coming up with brushes that can get to that place. But it's always important you go for the one that is clean, that is easy for you to clean. So you do that one. Or you put in the fridge, you can last for like 6 to 8 hours. But if it's freezer, it should be a steady light power supply. So it should be like, there's nothing, it did not get thawed, it now got frozen again. That is bad. So you don't have to encourage that one. So you can keep that one. And then for people that are even going to work, you can easily excuse yourself where if there's no crutch, you can easily go to a place, express, keep in the fridge and bring back home. So you now start labeling it. You label it for anybody that is helping you to feed the child. Oh, this is the one you're supposed to use first, then later you use this one second. So those are some of the things that you can do. Those are some of the things that you can do to at least sustain. The support is very, very important. I can't overemphasize that thing. It's very, very important. That support, a woman needs to be encouraged to do more to achieve this exclusive breastfeeding. But if she's not getting the encouragement, she will be discouraged. Then she will start looking for other sources, breast milk substitutes. And some people are going to the extent of using the wrong type of things to give to the child. You know, the stomach is sterile. And then you are trying to, it's like you are including something dirty into something that is very clean. So it's very, very bad. And then it's also affecting the baby's growth and development. You might not see it now because the first 2 years is the window of opportunity. And then if you don't lay a very good foundation at that time, there's nothing you can do. There's no amount of expensive milk we are going to buy when the baby is 3 or 5 years that will correct any damage that would have done while you are supposed to have nurtured the baby very well from back.